Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. One of the things I'm starting to see repetitively on social media are women not holding themselves accountable for their actions. Ladies, this is not a good thing if you ever expect to be in a successful relationship. Here's a video of Kitty Rose explaining how her life changed when she started accepting accountability for the things that she's done in her past relationships. Check her out.
One of the hardest things that I had to do in my adult life is take accountability. I had to accept my role in the process of heartbreak. So I was once married and I destroyed that marriage. I cheated on my spouse and he was not deserving of that. I was selfish at that time. I was a matter-of-fact woman, believed that everything that I said was right. I muted him. I did all of that. And I broke a man's spirit. I broke him down mentally. I broke him emotionally. And I did what most women do. I resorted to the victim role. He did this. If he would have never did this, I wouldn't have done this. Very unhealthy. I was selfish, and don't get me wrong, he definitely tried to start over. He tried to restore the relationship. I couldn't. Didn't listen, had poor communication skills. My resolution process was horrible. I did not know how to come to resolutions. I was really my spouse's enemy. I was my own enemy as well. I knew I couldn't trust myself. I knew I was going to hurt him again. And that was hard to swallow. Because I had to really tell myself that all I knew at that time is do what is beneficial to me. I didn't understand what accountability was. I had to learn that accountability is living within integrity. Had I have lived within integrity, I would have never done that to my partner. I'm saying all of this to say that if you don't know how to be an accountable person, you're never going to get far. Your life is never going to be fulfilling, and you're never going to be able to live at the fullest because you're always going to blame others until you sit back and say, okay, this is what I did. This is what my part was in the process. This is how I'm going to move forward. Whatever actions you place have consequences, whether good or bad. Who I am now is a result of who I was back then. My consequences, my accountability molded me into the woman that I am now. And once you start learning how important accountability is, I guarantee you will see life completely different. Get out of the victim mindset. Don't be a prisoner to yourself.
One thing I had to learn early in life, I accept full accountability for the 5 of my 7 failed relationships that I've been in my adult life. The 2 that I don't accept full accountability for was the women who hid who they were in the very beginning of our relationship. They hid who they were because they knew if I knew who they were and what they were really like from the very beginning, I never would have dated them in the first place. But once I saw who they really were and what they were really about, I cut them off right away. But the other 5, I take full responsibility for. We're seeing it time and time again on social media. Women doing the best they can to escape accountability. They even do it by changing the words.
You know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
You see what Jada just did? She used the word entanglement instead of relationship, even though her and Will admitted that they both separated and allowed each other to do whatever they needed to do during that separation. And Jada still wouldn't just say the word relationship. Now, watch what Will does to get her to actually say the word relationship.
I think, so I mean, because this is your red table and you like brought yourself to the red table, I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
Now, why didn't she just say relationship from the very beginning? Because she's doing anything she can to avoid accountability. And here's another example of a woman who's lacking in accountability. She's blaming her weight gain on her failed marriage.
And I got married in my 20s and divorced in my 30s. And I didn't realize that I was in a bad marriage until one day, or that I was depressed until one day, Lee, I actually walked in Walmart I walked past the mirror and I noticed I had got up to a size 16. You know, you're not looking at, you're wearing a medium small, you used to wear a small medium shirt, but now you're wearing an extra large and a 2X. And so I had to take a moment and say, wait a minute. And I can say this about myself, April, you become what I call a lard ass, is what I have become. And I said, okay, what do I need to do to shift this? I needed to get a divorce because I should have never been married in the first place. And I needed to learn how to love myself more so that when it was time for me to remarry again, I could choose a better partner.
You see what I'm talking about? She's blaming her husband and a bad marriage for her weight gain. She's not saying anything about her sitting around just eating whatever she wants, whenever she wants, however much she wants, and not exercising. This is what I mean by lack of accountability. Always blaming it on something or someone else. Now, I was nowhere in their marriage, but I don't think her husband threw her down and started shoving food in her mouth. No, she did that all on her own, but she won't take accountability for it. Now watch what happens when a woman tries to take accountability for her action while in the presence of a woman who refuses to.
I ended up cheating on him because I
said, shh. Women don't cheat. What the fuck you talking about?
See, she's accepting accountability for cheating, but what does the other woman do? She shushes her and say, we don't cheat, sis. What are you talking about? Just childish. Now, let's amp it up a little bit. This is a video where the discussion is who is responsible when it comes down to an unwanted pregnancy, the man or the woman. The young lady, Jessica X, is trying to explain that both people should be held accountable. But for the woman, there's a little bit more responsibility than the man in an unwanted pregnancy because she's the one that's gonna carry the baby and possibly end up taking care of it for life. Take a listen.
And what you have to realize at the end of the day, who does the decision lie with, whether or not they have an abortion? It lies with the woman. So that responsibility lies with you. So you have to protect yourself. That's what people are saying. If you choose to get pregnant, that is your choice. You allowed that. And that's why they're saying it lies with the woman.
First of all, who are you? Jessica?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sis. Okay, I don't know where you come from, but listen, men are the responsibility of skeeting in the woman, okay? Yes.
And you opened your legs for them to
speak. But the man is responsible for skeeting in the woman. So I don't know whose side you're on, sis.
So this Brandy B chick is trying to say that the woman bears zero responsibility when it comes down to the prevention of an unwanted pregnancy. So does this mean that there are a lot of women walking around feeling that they should not be held accountable for getting pregnant because it's a man that skeets, according to Brandy? Keep in mind, this is supposed to be a grown woman talking. Fellas, if you ask a woman what happened in her past failed relationships and she says it's all the man's fault and she bears no accountability for any of them failing, you might want to run. Ladies, accountability equals growth. And relationships and marriage are for grown folks.
And relationships and marriage are for grown folks.
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. But wait a minute, fellas. Before you guys get excited and go into the comments section and go in on the women about accountability, I have a few women subscribers asking why I'm not talking about the men and holding them accountable for their action. So in my next video tomorrow, it's going to be about accountability for what men are saying and doing. Hey, we got to do some balance here, right? So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please hold yourself accountable? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.